Cliff Jumper 1984, Red Rocks. Yes, the alcoholic Autobot. Bringing to you that natural ice. Number 4 in the series of my gaming experiences, and this one is going to be centered around nothing other than Game Genie by Galoob. And you're wondering, why is this a gaming experience video? This is actually a little bit of part of me becoming a gamer, I shall say. Even though the cheating aspect of it is very not so gamer of me today. Of course, that's been like pushed off years and years. Well, it depends, because there's some other certain things I might glance at a walkthrough for every once in a while. I'll admit that, but that's a lot of like certain RPGs where I'm totally dead lost. But this one pretty much has to do with early NES stuff, and I eventually did get it for Super Nintendo down the line, as well as Game Boy, I shall add. But what it basically did was, games I couldn't beat, I would use Game Genie on and beat the game. Yeah, and you're like, well, that's the cheater's way out, and I did it. And then I would, I would be like, well, where's the challenge in that, of course? And we're talking, I'm 11 to 14 or something, 15 maybe, till I did another video, which would be my gaming experience number 3. A link below to that to check out below, where I did a little something. But if you want to check that video out to find out what happened. But I used this to beat the game, and then I would go attempt to beat the game without it. And there was plenty of games that I did end up beating without Game Genie that I had to use it for. Let's see. Let me think. Some games that come to my mind: Ninja Turtles 3, Faxanadu, Xenophobe, Operation Wolf, Legend of Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link. Damn, can't think of any fucking NES games. Yeah. Mappy Land, Rambo, Ninja Turtles 2, but I also used the Konami code on that before too. But I also beat it without that. My old guitarist helped me do that too one time. Well, anyway, I'm sure I can think of a fucking... Well, there's not even a million games for the NES, but yeah. Again, this is something that made me become more of a gamer, because after I figured out that I had a device to beat games, that really takes the fun out of it. And I eventually got a Game Shark for the PlayStation, and I did it. And the biggest achievement that I thought that I used to cheat for would have been a Game Shark for Final Fantasy Tactics. And the next time I went through it, I was like, no, that's not right. And I think that was the biggest deciding factor of not really using cheating devices. So on, like I said before, I've seen walkthroughs and I've used some of them for certain ones, like Fire Emblem games at certain points. And I'm not saying I throw the full printout. There's been times I did it before. Like I used one for Breath of Fire 2. And it was in between when I was actually in a band at the time, not just sessioning and stuff like that. And I was cranking out 60 hours a week, plus, band practice 3 days a week, and playing a show at least one night a weekend. I mean, yeah. Gaming's tough when you're a musician, I'm telling you. I ain't got a full-time job. So yeah, hey, Click Jump from 1984, Red Rocks, Game Genie, Gaming Experiences number 4. Hey, drink one on me.